How are you?
Hey, great. How are you?
Good. Thank you so much for coming in tonight and spending a lovely evening with me and chatting with me. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
As I wanted to talk to you about, a lot of people that have been doing these videos with me, I kind of just like to share that I like to do this because there's a lot of people in our club that, they're in it, but they're not always able to come with us at the meetups. And I feel like this is a great way for people to know other people like I'm not, where you're from, and maybe somebody will watch this and be like, oh my god, she's my neighbor, we could be friends. So let's start with you. Like, give us a little bit about you, where you're from, what you do, how you became a Swiftie and all that.
Yeah, my name's Juliana. I live in San Diego, so I'm a little bit further south. I know most people are kind of in the LA area.
Yeah.
And I have been a Swiftie, like, I don't know, ever since I can remember. My sister went to see her at like a country festival back in like her early debut days, I think even before her CD came out.
Yeah.
And then from there, we just fell in love with her. And I just remember getting like the Speak Now CD in college, and all my roommates were like so sick of me playing Taylor all the time.
Yeah,
They're like,
yeah,
you
yeah.
need to listen to Taylor because I'll just hear you listening to Taylor.
Yeah.
And then I was able to go to the Fearless tour. That was the first time I saw her, and then I didn't see her again until the Eras tour this year.
Gotcha. Okay, I have to say I'm like the opposite of you. I've seen her all her tours except Fearless and the debut, which is honestly one of the, well, first of all, the debut, I didn't really know much about her. And
Yeah,
I only heard her when Fearless came out. And it's like one of the biggest regrets of my life because I was still in high school. So I'm like, I
yeah,
should have watched her. I'm so upset. So
right.
tell me about how Fearless concert, like what did I miss out on?
It was amazing. I went with my roommate at the time in college. It was in Tampa, Florida. I went to college in Florida,
Yeah.
and we had literally nosebleeds. I think we were like the second to last row at the top.
Yeah.
Um, but I just remember like dancing, singing the whole time. Like I think I remember Love Story the most when she's in like the carriage
Yes.
area with her big dress, and then she did like the rain dance, like where it's raining on the stage, and I just remember it was like so incredible. Just fell in love with her even more. And I
Yeah.
don't know why I didn't go to any other tours. Like I
Yeah.
was listening to Taylor nonstop, but I think I just kind of didn't have the money and didn't really think about it. I
Life.
I regret. I can't believe I didn't go to Reputation tour. It was like in my backyard, and I didn't even realize it. Like it was in San Diego. I don't know why I didn't go, but
Yes.
I am like back on the concert train. And now I'm like any concert I see, I go to. I'm like I
Yeah.
don't miss out anymore.
Yeah, for sure. Well, you got to go to one of the, I mean, I'm incredibly jealous that you went to Fearless. So, like,
Yeah, it was an iconic one. So, oh
yeah, for sure. I actually have my dog with me. Just if you
my
see a
gosh, so
black
cute.
thing over here, she's just chilling. So which one's your favorite album? Would it be Reputation?
I do love Reputation. I think the one I relate to the most is 1989 though. It came
Yeah.
out when I was like kind of like going through a difficult time in my life, kind of like becoming an adult, and I just related to all those songs. I loved those songs.
Okay, girl, you and me both. I think one of the best things about Taylor, and she's talked about this all the time, is like she's so relatable. And I feel like she just knows when to release the albums, right? Like I can always look back at a time in my life and I'm like, yep, that's what I was going through. Oh, I was going through that heartbreak. Oh, I broke up with that one guy. Like, oh, I broke up with that friendship because there's always like a Taylor song related to whatever I'm going through, right?
Yeah, I mean, like when she says we grew up with her, I
It
don't know how old you are, but we sound like kind of the same age. I am 2 years older than Taylor, so it's like, yeah, we like we're pretty much the same age growing up, so we were kind of experiencing the same things in life, like life stages.
For sure. By the way, you look incredible. I didn't
Oh,
even
thank
think you
you.
look 2 years old. I'm actually the same age as Taylor.
Oh,
So,
amazing.
yeah, she's 3 days older than me. So my
Oh,
birthday's
how
December
funny.
16 and I'm an
Oh, happy
89.
birthday.
Yeah, girly. So in a way, I like to tell people like I can feel what she feels because we're both Sagittarius and we're the same.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's really nice to grow up with an artist to see her. Like, I bet you feel the same way when it's like, especially when you saw her Fearless. Like, I don't
Mhm.
want to say she was a nobody, but like, not a lot of people knew about her. And like watching her grow as an artist and as a person, and now she's this like big star. It's kind of amazing where she's come, right?
Yeah. I mean, especially this year, like, I mean, it's insane. Like, since the tour has started, like,
It's
it's like
crazy.
doubled. I mean, I
Yeah,
don't think anyone's not heard of her now.
for sure. Okay, let's be honest right now. Is there a part of you that wishes she wasn't this big?
yeah, I know what you mean. Like, I definitely am like, you guys weren't around. Like, you haven't even listened to her. Like, you just know the new songs. But I
Yeah.
mean, of course, I'm so happy for our girl. Like, I'm
Oh
so
yeah.
happy that she's so successful. But no, I agree. Like, it's kind of like everyone is a Swiftie now, which is great, but also I like not special.
Yes, no, I mean, I totally understand what you're saying. I also feel the same way. I'm not trying to be mean, but there's also that factor of like, yes, like it's not as special. Like, when she was smaller, like it wasn't crazy to buy tickets.
That too. Like
That is the
the
biggest thing
yeah, the
for me.
tickets. I mean,
Or,
like I said, I wasn't able to go to the concert before, but I'm sure you know, like getting tickets before wasn't as insane as it is now.
no, it was not. I- Can I just say, like, getting the Eras tour, like, it was so hard. So me and my best friend were on a computer. We're getting kicked out every single time. We had
Mhm.
to borrow my friend's Capital One card, and we didn't even sign up for LA because we already knew LA was gonna be crazy. So we signed up to go to Atlanta. We got lucky. We got floor tickets. Best decision ever. But I think that's the part of me. And I mean, I'm sure you're in the community. I've seen you in Facebook groups and group chat too. And it's like, there's always people like the scammers. And it's just like people taking advantage of Swifties. It's just like,
Yeah.
it's not cool,
Yeah, the people that are selling the tickets and the merch and like, yeah, just trying to take advantage. It's like we actually love her and like want to go see her and like that's not fair that you're just trying to like make money off of her
For
like
sure.
success.
Yeah, and I
And
feel like if you're gonna resell it, at least do like a decent price. Like I've seen some I don't know, like cardigans that are like $500. Like,
yeah, that's
but
insane.
that's
Like
that's crazy. You know
nuts.
what I mean? Like that's just nuts. And that makes I think that's what gives like Swifties almost like have a bad rep. But it's like, I mean, I can't speak for everyone, but I don't think I'd want to do that. You know what I mean? That's
No,
just messed up.
I I would never. Like I have gotten really lucky with getting tickets for eras. I'm actually going to like a few and luckily I was able to get them face value and there's only one person that I bought from somebody
Yeah,
and she was super sweet and was like I'm not trying to like make money off this. I'm just trying to give my tickets to another Swiftie.
for
So
sure. And that's so awesome. Okay, can you tell me the process? How many tours have you gone to and what did you do to get these tickets?
so I was actually in Atlanta too. I don't know which night you were there. I was
Oh
there
my
night
God, shut
3.
it. April 29.
I was the next day. So I was
Okay,
April 30th.
the next
Yeah.
day. Okay.
Yeah. So I was outside the stadium on the 29th though. We went and sat outside the stadium and listened. And then I was there on the 30th. So my sister lives in Atlanta.
Ooh,
So she was able to get us tickets for Atlanta.
yeah,
Her and her friends are huge Harry Styles fans. So
yeah,
they had like already gone through that the last 2 years trying to get tickets to his tour. So they were on it. And we had like pretty decent seats. They were kind of like side view, lower bowl.
yeah,
And I was like, okay, great. Like I got tickets to one concert. I'm good.
yeah,
I'm not going to be like greedy and try to get more. But then when LA went on sale, I'm like the designated Swiftie of all my friends. So they all signed up for codes and like I think 3 or 4 of us got codes. So I was like, all right, just give me all the codes. I'm going to do it. And I had like my laptop, my phone, my work phone, like all set up, took the whole day off.
oh my gosh, you're dedicated.
Yeah. So I had like, all I think I waited in the queue like 6 hours and I don't know if you tried for LA at all, but like it crashed, then they reopened. It was craziness. Um, but I did get through with one of my friends' accounts, and we were able to get nosebleeds for night 2 in LA.
Gotcha.
And they
Okay.
were decent prices. So I was like, cool, like we got our tickets. I'm going to Atlanta, I'm going to LA, like I'm good.
Yeah.
And then when that whole crash happened, they sent out those like Ticketmaster like second chance emails
Hmm.
of the people that got codes but like didn't get tickets. And since I had gotten the LA tickets through my friend's code, I ended up getting an email for the code, or since like I didn't technically get tickets with my code, and I was like, oh my god, so happy. And it kind of said, you know, like what are you willing to pay?
Yeah.
And it was for opening night, and I'm like, my life, like I will pay anything to go to the show. So I put like the top tier, I think it was $500, and I ended up getting floor fourth row for night
Oh my
1.
gosh.
And then it was insane because it was fourth row technically, but when we got there, we realized we were like at the tip of the diamond. So with the way the rows went, fourth full row was actually first row. We were literally at the tip, first row. Like it was surreal. It was
Oh my
insane.
goodness.
Like,
Wow, you're
yeah,
so
once in a
lucky.
lifetime.
I love how was that like being so close to Taylor?
Oh my god, incredible. Like when she does August, when she runs to the side of the diamond, that was when she was right in front of us. And like I'll have to send you the video. It was she's,
Yes.
she's like Barbie. That was crazy.
Yes.
Oh my god, she's so close.
Okay, I bet because when I went to Atlanta, I was on the floor.
Yeah,
Um, I wasn't at the very front. Like, I mean, I could still see her. I think I was more like in the middle.
yeah,
And I'm not sure if you remember this, but so back in the day when Taylor wasn't as big yet, I think that's another thing. It's like not to say that she doesn't try as hard. She like this lady does not rest. She tries
yeah,
so much,
insane.
right? But at Speak Now, and I think at her other concerts, I want to say she did this at Reputation too. She would go down the aisle and she would touch her fans. She
Yeah,
would,
I've seen videos of that.
yeah.
Yeah,
So that was amazing. And I remember my best friend. So we were on the side, and she's more shy, and she's like, she switched seats with me. She's like, "Do you want to go over here?" And I'm like, "Why?" She's like, "Oh, if she comes, I'm so shy." I'm like, "Are you kidding?" Of course.
that's so
But
sweet.
yeah, but she didn't do that. So I'm just kind of like, the fact that I could still see her and being on the floor, isn't it a game changer? I bet for you, she's so
Yeah,
close.
yeah. It just the energy was like crazy. Like it was just so much fun. Everyone was like talking and trading bracelets, and
Yeah.
it was just like a different energy on the floor. Like it was just like a big Swiftie party. And I mean the being in the stands was really fun too. Like, but it just didn't feel quite as like everyone kind of just like stayed to themselves, I feel like, up in the stands kind of.
For sure. Now it's like a game changer for us because kind of like what you were saying, back then I was also younger and I didn't have a lot of money. I was in college. I mean,
Yeah.
I made it work. Somehow I still got to go to all of her tours, and honestly amazing. But now I'm an adult and I could afford floor seats. I'm just like, I don't think I can ever go back. It's just I
Like,
can't.
yeah, I know.
Like I just can't, you know what I mean? So
Yeah,
okay, so you did give me your favorite album. What are your top 3 favorite songs? If you can think, I know you probably have a lot.
I know. Yeah. From 1989, probably Blank Space. I just
Okay.
think that's like my pop anthem. I love
Yeah.
it.
Yes.
um, All Too Well 10-minute version. Love that
Oh,
one.
my all-time favorite
So
song. Yes.
good.
Yes.
Um, and then it's just like so hard. I really love, it's not on one of her albums, but it was like the Big Red Machine single, Renegade. I like that one a lot. I feel like a lot of people forget
Ah,
about that song because it's not
yeah.
on records.
Okay. I'm gonna have to go listen to that now when we're done.
Yeah, it's so good. It's like so slept on because it just, is not in the like normal repertoire of people listening. But yeah, that's a really good one. And then probably most recently, You're Losing Me. Like,
Oh my gosh. Okay. Thank you. Because I am just like, I'm sorry. Actually, that was my next question. What's your favorite vault track? Because you're a 1989 girly. And I
Yeah.
remember when that came out, I'm a clean girly. Like I
Yeah.
freaking love clean. It's my song. I was also going through a lot when 1989 came out. And when I heard You're Losing Me, it almost kind of have the same, I don't know,
Yeah.
phase, or like they're almost saying the same thing.
Yeah. Hmm.
Oh my
I get
gosh,
you.
I just realized you said You're Losing Me, but I thought in my head I registered it as Say Don't Go. Like I got too excited.
Oh no, I mean that's also a good one. I was gonna say my
Yeah.
favorite Vault Tech from 1989 is probably Say Don't Go. I
Yeah.
like Is It Over Now is like really catchy and I like it, but Say Don't Go like just is like cuts a little deeper.
Yeah, they're like, I feel like they're sisters. I feel like
Yeah,
Clean,
definitely.
They Don't Go, and You're Losing Me. And I remember when I we had a 1989 release picnic with the group,
Mhm.
and we were talking about our favorite vault tracks. And I was like, mine is Say Don't Go. And everybody was like, is it over now? And I'm just like, I think I'm just like a sad girl at heart. Like,
I love the sad songs. Like I'm
too.
like I want my heart to be ripped out. Like I want you to make me cry.
I want to be emotional. I want to be
Yeah.
dramatic. I want to feel something.
Yeah.
And I think that's why we love Taylor, because that's what she does.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
Like,
either
I mean,
that
I
or
love
just,
the pop hits too, but
yeah,
I mean, I just love her like really deep, soulful songs.
for sure. I have to say though, okay, Is It Over Now definitely grew on me. I super love Now That We Don't Talk, but I
Mhm.
feel like I had to like dig really deep and be like, because I'm in a 6-year relationship. So I
Mhm.
can't even like I don't know how to relate to that right now because
Yeah.
you know what I mean? But I'm like, wait, no, I was going through a lot around that time that came out. And then that's when I start feeling like, okay, now I know what she's talking about.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I feel like she did the same thing too. I mean, this is kind of about Harry, which was like, her 1989 years. And
Yeah.
now, oh my gosh, she's in a new relationship. Okay, tell me your thoughts about Tavis.
Okay, I was like very skeptical at first. I just thought it was like really weird that he was like out there like talking about her all the time and like we didn't even know if they'd met. I'm like, this is creepy. Like, stop
Yeah.
talking about her.
Yeah.
Which, I don't know. Maybe they had already met. I know people think like they had already met before he went to the concert, and it was just
Yeah.
kind of like rolling out of them to like for him to do that. So maybe who knows? We probably won't ever know. But as soon as she started getting involved and like actually going to the games and like I was like, okay, she is clearly like smitten. Like it's so cute. So yeah, I love it.
Okay.
But
Are you a full supporter? Like, has he won you now, or do you still have
oh
more?
yeah, for sure. Like the way he's acted and I love how like private he is now about it. Like, he'll talk about it like jokingly, but not in like a revealing way. Like he's very private about what's happening and
Yeah.
like the art, seeing him at Argentina, like it was just so cute.
Oh my
Like
gosh.
and he's
Okay.
so respectful and like him and Scott were like, oh my god,
Buddy.
it was so cute.
Yeah. Did you like die? I'm just like, I cannot believe what I'm watching right now.
Dying. It was like watching a romance like movie
Yeah,
of
absolutely.
like your best friend. It was great.
I know for sure. I know. So at we had a meetup on Saturday. It was like our Swiftsgiving, and I know you. I wish you weren't so far in San Diego,
I
but
know I was gonna try to make it, but I had to work that day. But it
no
looks so good. I
worries.
saw all the photos.
Yeah, I do one of these days though. I do want to have a meet in San Diego, and maybe we could coordinate together since you're from there.
Yeah.
And maybe we
Yeah,
could.
somebody started a San Diego Swiftie group too. So there's a lot of girls that are down
Ooh,
here.
yeah.
And we did a theater rent out a couple weeks ago where we rented a whole theater.
Oh my gosh, how was that?
All San Diego Swifties. It was so much fun. There was like 75 of us, and it's on my Instagram. But like we just were screaming and dancing and like crazy. It was so much fun.
That is so freaking amazing. Yeah, I would definitely want to join. Like if you guys ever do another meetup, or if you and I can coordinate some time, we can definitely do one, and
Yeah,
we'll bring some of the ones from LA and we can all do a meetup over there. That would be so cool.
Yeah, definitely. It's awesome. I've already gone to see the movie like 3 more times with a few of them that I met. So
Great. I just feel like one of the things I love about Taylor is like she brings people together, you know?
exactly. Like if I meet somebody and they like Taylor Swift, I'm like, okay, I have everything I need to talk about with you, and I already know we're gonna get along.
Yeah, we're gonna be best friends. Like
Yeah,
I already know that. Like I think that's one of the coolest things about this club is like every single person I've met, I haven't met anyone that I'm just like, like I already know you're a good person to like Taylor to begin with.
right.
Let's start with that.
Exactly.
And
Yeah,
I mean, everybody have different personalities, but I feel like we're all very like everyone's different, and that's okay because she's different. You know what I mean?
yeah, exactly.
So yeah, that's kind of nice. What was I gonna say? So regarding Travis, we were talking about, we asked the group, so where do you guys stand on this? Like, everybody had like different opinions. Some of them were like, oh my God, I super love it. And some of them were like, "Ugh, we're still kind of jaded. I'm not gonna lie, I'm in the latter group. Like I do like I like what I'm seeing,
Yeah,
but I'm a little jaded because I think like, growing up with Taylor, I've seen her heart broken and
yeah,
obviously that's how we have amazing songs. So I shouldn't be
right.
talking. I should be grateful. And I'm hoping this is it because I just would, it's like literally what you said, having a best friend. Like you don't want to see your best friend go
Yeah,
through something awful again. And it's so public that it's
yeah,
gonna hurt.
yeah. It is very public, which is very strange for her. Like, I mean, especially after Joe, which was completely private.
For sure. But I also think it makes sense why she's being public now because she's probably like, well, I had such a private relationship.
Yeah,
And knowing Taylor, she's very extra. She's so like outgoing that
and
she's
she's always
probably
said that she didn't want to keep her relationship private. Like, she had never wanted to have to hide. So I think she's happy that he is such like an outgoing public person already.
yeah.
He's used to that. Um, maybe not quite on her level, but he's still used to the fame and the fans and like being looked at all the time. So
Yeah, for sure. So it's definitely different that she's dating someone in kind of like her level.
yeah,
I think it's in a good way, but I think that's another reason why there's a part of me that feels still a little bit like reserved is because I'm not used to it.
yeah,
But so far I told my friends like I feel like I'm 70% there.
yeah.
I'm still a little bit reserved, like 30%, but he's winning. He's winning me.
For
Like
sure.
literally this weekend.
Yeah, I mean everything he does, I'm like, okay, I like him more now.
Yeah, and there's consistency so far. He hasn't done anything that we're like. I love that we're talking about this as if it's our relationship, but it's
I
not.
know. Like I'm it's all I talk about.
Yeah, they're probably
Relationship talk about, so I got to talk about hers.
yeah, they're probably like I mean, Taylor loves it when we talk about her. That's why we love her too, because
Yeah,
she loves
exactly.
it. But I feel like with other people, non-Swifties, they're like, you guys are crazy. You know that they're like, you don't know who they are. We're
No, but
like,
I do.
yeah, but we kind of do. We grew up
Yeah,
together, so stop
yeah.
it. So, okay. So after 1989, what would be your second and third favorite album?
Hmm. I really love Midnight. Like
Yes,
it's like I loved it from the start. I know a lot of people like didn't like it at first,
I
and they're like,
love
"Oh, it's
Midnight.
so
I
mean."
love
Like from the first listen, I was obsessed. I'm
same,
like,
same.
I love every single one of these tracks, and then of course like the one she added, where it's like I think the 3 a.m. edition with the those are like the best ones.
Yes, absolutely.
So good. So I really love Midnight. It's just like I don't know. I'm sure you can really like just depends on what kind of mood you're in. Like
Yes, that's
like my
exactly what we're
sleepy
talking about.
like just relaxing is like folklore or evermore or
Do I feel revengeful this day? Am I upset? Do I want to hit somebody?
yeah,
Reputation.
reputation. Like am I feeling sassy? Like I'll put on Speak Now with like Better Than Revenge and
Am
like
I like feeling lovey-dovey, feeling girly in my feminine side? Okay, let's play lover.
yeah, exactly, exactly. So it's so hard to pick because I love all of them, but um yeah, 1989, Midnights, and I guess probably Speak Now would be my third favorite. I love all the songs on that one. And I
Yeah,
just really remember like being at that time in my life, like listening to it at like in my room. And I just, yeah,
for sure. I have to say, speaking that was my first stadium tour that I saw her.
yeah,
And I just absolutely fell in love with this girl. Like, it was just so like, I don't know, out of this world. It was like literally you're coming out of like a fairy tale. And I'm all about like I think a lot of Swifties were all about that, like fairy tale, the romance, we just the magic, you're in fantasy land. And I think that's why she won us,
yeah,
because you get to escape your reality
yes,
with her. So
yes.
it works.
Love story, like, oh, they're so good.
Yeah.
What are
Okay.
your top three albums?
Yeah. Another thing, I want to ask you another question and then I'll ask you my last question. What do you think? Okay, do you have a prediction about like Taylor and Travis? Do you because I saw this today that I think it was like Demois. I'm sure you've heard about
Yeah,
um
I listen to them sometimes. Yeah,
I don't know if you've seen it in social media. They were predicting that apparently they think that he's gonna propose to her this year. Like,
yeah, I
did
saw
you
that
see
this
that?
morning.
Like
I don't know if it's gonna be that soon. Like, that would be kind of crazy.
isn't it? Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, I've seen it with my friends, honestly, like where they had these like super long relationships, 4 or 5 years that, and then something happened and they broke up, and then the next guy they met, like they like were like
For
met,
sure.
dating,
It's
engaged within a
possible.
year. Like it's happened to like three of my best friends now because
Yeah.
it's kind of like they were in this long relationship and they kind of figured out everything they wanted, and then when that
Yeah.
one ended, they were like, okay, I know exactly what I want, and when I
Oh,
find it, like I'm ready, let's go.
yeah.
So like I could definitely see it happening. So I mean, yeah, anything's possible, but maybe like after Super Bowl. I feel like they're both very busy right now. Like take
Yeah.
a break.
Yeah, for sure. A lot of fans are concerned though, because they're like, if they get married soon and have kids, what about her tours next year?
Okay, yeah. So that's another thing is I'm not at all worried about that for one, because Taylor would never like she would like are you kidding me? She's literally a mastermind. Like she
You.
plans her life 3 years in advance. She's
Thank
not gonna
you.
just go off and get married and get pregnant
Thank you.
and cancel the rest of her tour. Like she would
Thank
literally
you.
never.
Thank
Like
you.
she might get engaged, she might even get married during tour, but no, she would
She's she would
absolutely
never
100% finish her
she would
tour.
never just drop us and be like, bye, I'm gonna cancel this
Never,
now.
never. She would never.
No, like I feel the same way. I'm like, she would never betray us like that. Like, there's
No,
no way.
absolutely not. Especially with like all the dates that she keeps adding. Like she's been adding them. Like she just added new London dates. She just added new Vancouver dates. Like she wouldn't be planning this all. So I mean, I definitely could see once this tour finally does end, her taking a hiatus of a couple years
Yeah,
or more, because I mean,
she
she's been
deserves
doing
it.
it for like maybe 2.5 years.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be kind of hard to like follow up on the Eras tour. Like even if she comes out with new music, like what is she gonna do? Like one album tour? It's gonna be like, okay, this is weird.
Yeah, yeah. We say that and then she'll find something different,
Yeah, she'll find something to do. I know, like she'll do something. So yeah, no, I'm not worried about her finishing the tour. She would never do that. But
Thank you. Okay, nicely said. I'm glad that someone else feel the same way because I'm
yeah,
like,
that's crazy. I didn't know anyone was saying that, because like if they're saying that, they don't know Taylor.
thank you. Oh my
Like,
God. I'm so glad we had this conversation.
yeah, that's
Uh,
nuts. Like I can't believe anyone would think that.
yeah. Seriously, you should go to TikTok and Instagram, like, and check them out. Like, I can't believe people are saying this. Like, what the heck? Like, do you not know her at
Trying to get
all?
like clout, like because they think they know things. They're like, no, like you're dumb.
Yeah, for sure. Well, again, I want to say thank you for taking this time. It's been so great talking to you and getting to know you. My last question is I always like to ask people this. What would you do or say if you're in an elevator and then all of a sudden Taylor comes in or she's already in there and for some reason she's alone? Like, I'm sure she has like a million bodyguards and it's very hard to have this conversation. But let's just say in our fantasy world that happened. What will you say to her? 30 seconds.
Yeah, I think I would. It's funny because my friends are always like, "Oh my God, you would freak out," and I'm like, "No, I wouldn't." Like, I would. I'm always that like calm person, like that would go just completely quiet. But I would just probably be like, "Hi, I absolutely love your music. I've been a fan my whole life. Like, thank you. Just yeah, thank you for being there for us and always having like such amazing music for us and like always like treating your fans well because she's the only artist I know that treats her fans the way she does.
I agree.
Nobody
Like
else treats their fans that way.
I know. I saw tell me why I don't know, I'm feeling pretty emotional right now. I just saw, I'm pretty sure you saw it too at Brazil. Like she stopped her concert to have people
Yes.
give her
Yeah.
fans
Yeah.
water.
She up several times to get people
I
water.
started getting teary-eyed. I'm just like,
I know. I'm
I love her.
she's so nice.
Like, other people would have just let them pass out. And I'm like, so when people try to like talk to me why we're obsessed or why we love Taylor so much, I'm like, this is why.
Yeah, I'm like, watch her documentary, which I watched this morning, like, watch her shows, like, listen to her speeches. It's just she's such an incredible person.
I definitely agree.
Yeah,
I'm so glad I got to talk to you. I definitely feel like I have a new bestie already.
yes, for sure.
So, we need to keep in touch. I definitely want to do some kind of meetup, make sometime next year. And if you have any like suggestions or you feel like, oh my God, we should do this, we can plan it ahead of time and then we can, coordinate. Maybe we could do like, yeah, the San Diego Swifties and some from here in LA OC. That would be such a cool event.
Yeah, I feel like we should do, like, a Swift mess of some sorts.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like we are doing like a cookie Swiftmas in like December 3 in OC. I'm gonna post about it actually either tonight or tomorrow, the invite. If you're not what do you call it? If you're free, you're more than down to go. I'm not gonna be there, but the girl that's hosting it, they want to make like cookies and stuff, and there will be trading bracelets and stuff like that. It'll be very fun.
Cute. Love
But
it.
but I definitely want to host more different things next year, like different months. So if you have any other suggestions, are my number or just DM me and I would love to do something with you.
Yeah, that would be so much fun. I always wanna meet up with Swifties, so
Yeah.